Joplin residents will have a chance to decide on curbside recycling. Plus, President Obama is butting heads with Congress over new gun control legislation coming to the Senate floor for the first time in 20 years. And later, millions of Americans claim they share their bed with their pets. Is it healthy?
Now in high definition, you're watching KODE. Good morning, 4 states.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to this Tuesday morning, April the 9th, and apparently we got the red and black memo.
I know. We kind of matched yesterday, and now we match again, so you're welcome.
Yeah, we're with it, ladies and gentlemen. But Jessica Shear in with us one more day.
Yep.
Alan returning home from visiting family. He went up to Illinois over the last couple of days and actually posted a picture with the Lincoln family on the Good Morning 4 States page. Of course, you have to take in the Lincoln sites when you go up to Illinois and you know, tour some of those. So you have to go to the Good Morning 4 States Facebook page and check out that picture. But having a lot of fun, got to visit with family, he did, and so he's on his way home.
I'm excited to hear from him tomorrow and hear all about his adventures then.
His family's kind of crazy.
Yeah, really?
Well, okay, they're like Alan. Let's put it that way.
That makes sense.
I mean, you can tell where that apple tree is.
Where Alan came from.
Yes. So there's no, well, it's kind of like with me. If you've met my mom, you've met me.
Right, exactly.
And vice versa, so.
Well, safe travels to Alan, and he'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'm excited to be here today, tell you about some other. We do have some strong to severe weather chances later today. Right now, though, we're looking at 66 degrees, a very mild start to your day because of all that cloud cover. Now, around the rest of the area, we are seeing temperatures beginning to go up. Coffeyville already 70 degrees this morning as you head out the door. And then for today, we will hover just around those mid-70-degree conditions all day long. Mostly cloudy skies, but winds gust up to 25 miles per hour ahead of the system that's coming up. Speaking of that system, I'll have all those details coming up soon. But first, here's Shannon with your news.
Joplin voters will decide whether the city will take up curbside recycling. If approved, the service would cost residents an extra $3.03 a month. Allied Waste will provide the service. The company would issue every household a 95-gallon cart for recycling and collect the items every other week. Voters will head to the polls August 6th to decide the issue. The election will cost the city more than $24,000. If voters say yes, the contract with Allied Waste would be extended another 5 years.
The incentive to adopt the program. Right now, our contract with the trash provider allows for a maximum increase of 10%. Under this, if it's passed by the voters, that would cap the maximum increase per year to 5%.
If approved, collectors will begin picking up recycled items 4 to 6 months after the election. Leaders with St. Mary's asked the city to annex land for a new church. Church members want to annex 23 acres of the land at 32nd and Central City Road. That's where they want to build the sanctuary and elementary school. The former St. Mary's facilities at 26 and Moffett were destroyed in the May 22nd tornado.
We're right beside the Joplin and across from the fire station, and we thought it really was best for us to be attached to the city and have the utilities, and it just seems like a logical move for us.
Pastor Monahan expects to break ground for the new church next month. The annexation was recommended by a Planning and Zoning Commission and will go before the go before City Council rather on Monday, May the 6th. Tornado Alley could see slightly fewer tornadoes this storm season, but climate experts say areas to our east will see more tornadoes than average. That's because warmer sea temperatures in the Central Pacific Ocean will shift the jet stream pattern eastward toward Tennessee, Kentucky, eastern Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana.
My projection for fewer tornadoes in Tornado Alley doesn't mean that no tornadoes will occur. It just means fewer in number. And it also doesn't comment on the strength, because you can still get a strong tornado that does a lot of damage somewhere, even though you get fewer in number.
Lupo says he also expects tornado season to be shorter than in years past, with most of the activity wrapping up by the end of June. At least 17 people are behind bars after a bust in a Joplin neighborhood. Sunday afternoon, officers responded to a report of several fights on South Wall. When they arrived, they found a person running an illegal operation known as The Surge. That person was charging people for admission and alcohol, but didn't have a business license. 17 people were arrested on 25 different charges, including public consumption, possession of marijuana, and operation of a business without a license. President Obama may not get the universal background checks on gun sales he's been calling for. Sources say a proposal being considered by key Senate negotiators would expand background checks on commercial sales to cover gun shows and internet sales. However, it would not require background checks for any other private sales. The working proposal would require the seller to keep a record of the sale as well as the background check. Law enforcement groups and gun control advocates say that it's critical to ensuring the background check is enforceable and the gun is traceable in the case of a crime. The Senate could begin debate on gun legislation as early as this week. Residents in Mayflower, Arkansas have filed a class action lawsuit against ExxonMobil. This after a pipeline rupture spewed thousands of barrels of heavy crude oil into a neighborhood last month. The underground Pegasus pipeline carries Canadian crude oil from Illinois to Texas. Until the spill, many residents didn't even know the line was running through their neighborhood. ExxonMobil has already promised to cover cleanup costs. The residents are seeking more than $5 million in damages. Actress Annette Funicello has died. She was reportedly taken off life support on Monday morning after being in a coma for years. The Annette Funicello Research Fund for Neurological Diseases posted the news online. Funicello was one of the most popular members of the original 1950s Mickey Mouse Club. In the 60s, the actress went on to star opposite Frankie Avalon in several beach party-themed films. In 1992, she publicly announced her ongoing battle with multiple sclerosis. She was 70 years old. There's a new link between red meat and heart disease. That's according to a study. Researchers at Cleveland Clinic say a compound called carnitine makes it easier for cholesterol to clog your arteries. If you eat a lot of red meat and your body converts carnitine into another chemical, it could raise your risk for heart disease, heart attacks, and stroke. And Facebook is giving select users in almost 40 countries access to a new trial service. For a fee, customers can send direct personal messages to people outside their network. Facebook has been testing the pay-to-message concept in the U.S. for some time. Basically, the service allows users to get in touch with their favorite celebrities, for example. The company says it's still deciding on pricing for the test service, but media reports say prices will range from the equivalent of about $1 to $15. We've got your weather forecast up next on Good Morning 4 States.
And later in sports, Louisville is looking for its first national championship since 1986. Highlights are on the way. Time is now 5:37 on this Tuesday morning.
Now in high definition, you're watching Good Morning 4 States with Alan Matthews and Shannon Bruffett. And now, your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Jessica Shear.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. A little bit of a windy start to your morning. We can even hear it in our studio. Gusts could be up to 25 miles per hour. Now that is ahead of a storm system. Let's get right to our headlines and see what we're talking about. We could see strong to severe storms, especially overnight tonight, but after that, cooler temperatures are on the way. So for today, as I mentioned, a windy start to your Tuesday morning and then gusting up to 25 miles per hour by later this afternoon. Winds will continue. Temperatures though, 75 degrees, mostly cloudy skies ahead of the system as well. So that's what we're expecting. Speaking of that system, you can kind of see it up to our north, up near Hastings and Des Moines right now, Iowa. And this is actually it right here. This is a low pressure system, and you can start to see the little bit of rain starting to come through just west or just east of Goodland right now. It's called a dry line. That means it starts out very dry, and then all the lift in the atmosphere causes some rain chances for us. And as that line, as I mentioned, just to the western part of Kansas right now, as that continues to push to the east, that's what we're expecting later tonight and tomorrow morning. So just back behind it, a little bit of a wider picture, just lots of convection over to our west. All that energy expected to push east throughout the day and into tomorrow. So we're keeping a close eye on that timing-wise and seeing what's going to happen. This is probably one of the better models I can see. This is about tonight, just about in the next couple hours, about 12 hours or so, 14 hours actually, and this is going to be about 10 p.m. tonight. This is going to move across, very slow moving, as you can see, all the way to Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So tonight into tomorrow morning, about 5 a.m. or so. Definitely want to keep those weather radios on overnight while you're asleep, because you could see some severe weather as you're asleep in those beds tonight. So, and then that's what's going to happen. We're expecting another sort of bit of energy coming late Tuesday afternoon, and then that will finally push off to the east. Back behind it, nothing but clear skies, a little bit of cloud cover in between those clear skies and the storm, but that's what we're expecting. So it's a little bit of a rough forecast because of that situation, just trying to get that timing down as the days progress, as we get more data in, as that system continues to track on to the east. So we're expecting storms late tonight. By tomorrow, a big cool down, 55 degrees, as those storms do not give us a lot of room to get those temperatures way up. And then even cooler on Wednesday, 50 degrees, windy day as well. Friday and Saturday and Sunday, the warm-up finally begins, though, and it's back to springtime temperatures by Sunday and Monday. Also could see some bits of rain on Saturday and Monday as well, but right now, timing of that system is just not appropriate and just kind of not coming together just yet. So we're still waiting to see what's going to happen. But right now, just going to put some partly cloudy skies in there because of it.
But of course, again, as you mentioned, for tonight, keep it tuned to Ray Foreman. And also, if you haven't done so, go to our website, 4stateshomepage.com.
And sign up for...
We can say it all in unison.
I know, I wanted to. Sign up for text alerts, of course, especially because this is expected to approach our area tonight into tomorrow. So definitely want to have your phone near you, especially overnight. You might be asleep. You may not get the warning. High winds and hail are the main threat. I did forget to mention that. So we are just kind of keeping our eyes on it.
Well, we've got more coming up on Good Morning 4 States. A look at the world of sports is up next. And welcome back to Good Morning 4 States, 5:47 your time. The NCAA Men's Championship came down to Michigan and Louisville.
Matt Berry has highlights in this morning's Action Sports.
And a good Tuesday morning to everyone. I am Matt Berry with your Sports Center update. It was national championship night in college basketball. The 4-seed Michigan looking to take out top-seeded Louisville. Kevin Ware providing the support. Luke Hancock providing the perfect pass to Peyton Siva. Great highlights all night. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. This was the highlight that changed everything. Shane Bohannon and the effort is why Louisville won their first national championship since 1986. Final score, 82-76. They were cutting down the nets in Atlanta. Boy, did we have drama at the ballpark in Arlington last night. Rangers Rays, top of the ninth. Sean Rodriguez up the middle of Joe Nathan. Rays now only down one. Next batter, Ben Zobrist, full count. Marty Foster called that a strike. The Rangers would go on to win 5-4 in what certainly was a controversial call in baseball. Don't forget the Women's National Championship tonight between Louisville and UConn on ESPN. I'm Matt Berry with your Sports Center update.
Yeah, the studio here was a collective. What?
On that strike.
Yeah. Well, Ron Johnson has been fired as CEO of JCPenney after just 17 months on the job.
And why you might want to reconsider sharing a bed with Fido. All that coming up on Good Morning 4 States. Time is now 5:48. And here's a look outside as you're heading out this morning, looking nice and cloudy and also windy. Now we are seeing temperatures beginning to warm right now in the 60s across much of the area. Very, very warm, and even 70 in Coffeyville already. Keep that in mind. It's going to be a warm day today, mostly cloudy skies and windy conditions, and that is depicted right within our, if I can get this graphic to go, let's see if it's going to work today. There it goes.
Yay!
Yay! So we do have gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Winds will continue all day long until 4 p.m. And then after that, rain chances coming our way. Of all those details coming up in a few minutes.
This year's airline quality rating report is out with the best and the worst.
And lenders are now providing 96-month car loans. ABC's John Muller has more.
Good morning. Topping America's money, JCPenney fires its CEO and asks its old boss back. Ron Johnson was let go after 17 months on the job. Known for creating Apple's popular retail stores, he is being replaced by former chief Myron Ullman. The U.S. airline industry is the best it's ever been, according to an annual airline quality rating. Factors like on-time performance and mishandled bags were used to compile the ratings complaints. Though they are up 22%, Virgin America ranks the best, while United comes in last. A new 96-month loan is being offered to pay for a vehicle. Lenders are doing it to boost new car sales. Total interest paid will be far more, however, than that traditional 5-year loan. Finally, the most valuable companies in the world. Walmart is number 5. Berkshire Hathaway is number 4. Google is number 3. Apple number 2. And number 1, ExxonMobil taking the top spot. That's America's Money. I'm John Muller.
Why you might want to get your pet out its own bed. That's coming up next on Good Morning 4 States.
So here are Tuesday's opening market prices.
America's Money, brought to you by Ally Bank.
According to the Humane Society of the United States, Americans own more than 160 million dogs and cats.
Many of those are sharing beds with their owners, but that may not be a good idea. Susan Hendricks explained in today's Health Minute.
When David Dreher married Kristen Grimm last October, he knew he would be sharing a bed, not only with his wife, but also with her dog. Space was limited.
I like to spread out and stretch across the bed. That's certainly hard to do when he's lying right next to you.
David and Kristen live with their dogs, Olivia and Hudson. Hudson shares the bed with them, causing a few awkward moments.
David gets in his spot, I get in my spot, and the best case scenario is then Hudson's in the middle. But sometimes if then David gets up to go brush his teeth, of course, then Hudson will move into his spot.
But both owners don't mind because the dogs are like part of the family.
It's by and large a safe activity, but the pet needs to be healthy.
Doctors say although they can keep you warm at night, sleeping with cats and dogs can affect your sex life, cause allergies, put you in danger of certain diseases, such as Lyme disease, and interrupt your sleep patterns.
We call that sleep fragmentation, and you tend to be less rested, tend to be less alert. The ability to concentrate is diminished, memory may be impaired.
But there is the element of companionship. David suffers from some allergies, but he doesn't mind. He and Kristen agree there's a certain comfort to having a pet in bed. For today's Health Minute, I'm Susan Hendricks.
We've got more coming up on Good Morning 4 States. A look at local news on the way next.
Alan Matthews, only on Action 12 News.